Recently, in a session, we discussed methods of how we can be more effective when we're solving problems together, when we're doing IDSing, where we identify, discuss, and solve an issue. Now, something that came up that made an impression on me was where in our brains we are when we do this. Now, to give this some context, there are two parts of the brain that can be at play. The one part is our reptilian brain, or our ancient brain. This is the brain that keeps us safe. This is the brain that sees the problems, that's got the fight or the flight or the freeze syndrome in it. And so that's the part of the brain that we do not want to be in when we're trying to problem solve. Because if we look at a problem and we look at it from the place of threats and weakness, it is the place where our brain tries to be safe, keep us safe and keep us going forward without being harmed. That's not where we want to be when we problem solve. When we problem solve, we want to be in our prefrontal cortex, in our creative brain, our planning brain. This is the brain of opportunity, of new ideas, of venturing out, of having fun. This is the brain that we want because we see opportunities, we see strengths, and we work from those places. So it's kind of ironic that we've got a SWOT analysis with strength, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. And we have to work through those things. But even when we have a threat on the table and we have to come up with plans to address that threat, it's better for us to be in that opportunities brain or mindset when we tackle it. So here's a simple way of thinking about this every time you are in problem solving. If you feel the group or yourself goes back into this place of safety, of trying to play small, of not seeing the possibilities as more what can go wrong, then we're drawing back. We're not having fun. This is getting serious, and our brains do the same thing. So that is why it's so important that we have this element of fun, this element of opportunity and possibility when we problem solve. Especially when we have the discussion part. We identify the issue, and then when we discuss it, when we come up with possible ways of addressing the issue, we really need to be in this creative brain part, in this creative brain of ours, in our mindset of creativity. Because then we'll have different ideas and new possibilities and get them all on the board. That's not to say that we're going to choose something crazy or choose something that's not going to really work out in the end, because we will have that caution when we go into the solving part. Now we decide, okay, what can work, what's going to work best for us in this period. The bottom line is, whenever you're working, whenever you're in a place of problem solving, it's imperative that you know where in your brain you are. If you're in your safety brain, your reptilian brain, the brain that keeps you safe, you will not have the same results as though you're in your creative brain, in your prefrontal cortex, and you're seeing possibility and opportunity. Next time we'll speak a little bit more about how to move from one part of the brain to the other, how to get yourself to this place of opportunity and possibility. Hope you found that useful. Make sure that you stay in that part of the brain when you problem solve, and you'll see better results. Have a great week.